Hello friends, in this video we are going to discuss about kingdom algae. Algae are chlorophyll bearing, simple, thalloid, autotrophic and largely aquatic, both freshwater and marine water organisms. Which means algae are chlorophyll bearing, that means they have pigment called chlorophyll and they are simple in structure and they have thalloid in structure. Their cells are in thalloid structure and autotrophic. That means they prepare their own food and largely aquatic. Mostly they are seen in both freshwater and marine water. Apart from the water, they also present in moist stones, soil and wood. Some of them also occur in association with fungi called lichen and also associate with animals, example on sloth bear. In this image, you can see the sloth bear and the algae are attached in its body, which is seen as green color. In this picture, you can see algae are growing in a stone. And in this picture, you can see lichens where the algae are grown in association with fungi. They can be unicellular like volvox or they can be filamentous like eulothrix. This is the diagram of a unicellular algae called volvox. This is the diagram of volvox colony. And this is the picture of eulothrix which is grown in a filamentous form. This is one cell and this is another cell and they join together and grown in a filamentous form. In parent cells, the zoospores will produce in zoosporangium and it will released out. These zoospores will grow into a new algae. When we talk about the sexual reproduction, takes place through the fusion of two gametes. In this picture, you can see a male gamete and a female gamete, which will fuse to form a zygote, and the zygote will develop into a zygospore. And after meiosis, this this will germinate into new algae. Uses of algae. Algae is used as algae having uses in our daily life as well as it perform a crucial role in our nature. At least half of the total carbon dioxide fixation on Earth is carried out by algae through photosynthesis. It is a surprising fact that more than the trees in our land area, the carbon dioxide fixation is carried out by algae in ocean or in water resources. They are also serves as a primary producers. They are also used as food and they also used in water holding substance like algin and carrageen. Some marine brown algae is used in the synthesis of agar, which is used in preparation of various cultural media as well as ice cream or other food products. Algae are protein rich foods. The kingdom algae is divided into three classes. They are Chlorophyceae, Phaeophyceae and Rhodophyceae. Chlorophyceae are the green algae, Phaeophyceae are brown algae, Rhodophyceae are red algae. First we'll talk about Chlorophyceae. The Chlorophyceae is commonly called green algae as I mentioned earlier. They can be unicellular or they will be in colonial form or they will be in filamentous form. Mainly they have two types of pigments, chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B. The storage bodies in Chlorophyceae or green algae are called pyrenoid, which is located in the chloroplast. Pyrenoids contain protein besides starch. I will show the diagram of pyrenoids in next slide. The green algae also stores food as oil droplets and usually they have a rigid cell wall made up of an inner layer of cellulose and outer layer of pectose. For example, Imagine this is an algal cell. For this algal cell, they have an inner layer and they will have an outer layer. This inner layer is made up of cellulose and the outer layer made up of pectose. As I mentioned earlier, the green algae can be seen in filamentous form like Ulothrix, and they can be seen in unicellular form like volvox. The unicellular volvox cells join together and form a colony of volvox. As I mentioned earlier, the green algae have chloroplast in their cells. These chloroplasts will be seen in different shapes. For example, cup shape or discoid shape or C shape like this, or there can be ribbed shape or spiral shape, etc. This is the structure of pyrenoid which stores protein in green algae cell. This is an algal cell and there is a chloroplast, and in chloroplast they have pyrenoids. In pyrenoids they store protein as well as starch. The vegetative reproduction in green algae is by fragmentation or by spores. The fragmentation and spore formation is no need to explain because I mentioned in previous slides. And in asexual reproduction is also by zoospores, as I mentioned earlier. Sexual reproduction is by formation of gametes. That also I explained in previous slides. It is same like that. These are the examples of some green algae. First one is Chlamydomonas. Second one is Pediastrum. Third one is Ulothrix. Fourth one is Cladophora. And you can see Spirogyra and Cara, etc. You can make out the difference. You can make out the difference in the shape of the cells as well as the shape of chloroplast in these diagrams. Next class is Phaeophyceae or brown algae. They are commonly seen in marine habitats. So you can see some example of brown algae. This is Ectocarpus. The size of brown algae is varies from filamentous forms like Ectocarpus, and they grow near 100 meters like kelps. The color of brown algae is varies from olive green to various shades of brown. The brown color or the shades of brown color is due to the xanthophyll pigment present in the cell. The color will depend on the amount of xanthophyll pigment. Apart from xanthophyll pigment, fucoxanthin also present in the algal cell which gives the brown color. The food stored in brown algae is in the form of carbohydrate. It can be laminarin or mannitol, which is these are two different form of carbohydrate. The vegetative cell of brown algae have a cellulosic wall. You can make out a general structure of brown algae. They have leaf-like structure called blade, and they have a gas bladder. And they have a gas bladder like this, which will help this brown algae to float in the water. The leaf and stem-like structure of brown algae is called frond, and they have also a root-like structure which helps to hold the thallus in a substrate, which is called a hold fast. These are the examples of brown algae. You can see Ectocarpus, Telopteris, Cutelaria, and various other brown algae. The next class of the next class under kingdom algae is Rhodophaceae. They are commonly called as red algae. The red color in the red algae or Rhodophaceae is given by pigment called R-phycoerythrin. They are commonly seen in marine, especially in warmer areas. In red algae, the food is stored as Floridian starch. So these are the example for red algae. You can make out the porphyra, thoria, gelidium, etc. So this is about kingdom algae. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe my channel. Do share it with your friends. Hit the like button. Thank you.